As Rishi, I am out of options but do what I am meant to do, and that is I create scientific solutions to spiritual problems. That is my job. That is my responsibility. So like that, I have created, in the same line, I have created a manifestation tool, or in other words, a communication tool, or in other words, a power rock. Like, somebody can create like the power rocks of like Marvel movie. There are one color rock for one power, right? Like that, you can create that kind of rocks. So here is that key. That key to create that rocks is called Dharmic formulas. Okay, they are basically A equals to B formulas. That's it. Okay, so what it means is A somehow is manifested by B. Okay, it means that. Okay, you can correlate one. That is like one way, to think. Then you can think other ways. You can think about like A is because of B, or you can think of it like A creates B, or you can think about like A is influenced by B. Many meanings you can have within that equal to symbol. Anybody can put anything they feel, because it is too abstract. People don't usually put equal to's between two words. People put it between numbers, or one side some name and the other side a number. So what I'm saying is, that's in the programming, but in this world, nobody sees two different words being said to equal to the other. So it doesn't make any sense. Now if we tell them that this is something that you can put a meaning to, which we should, for instance, when we say home equals friendship, or rather, instead of that, let's pick another one. People equals to friendship. How does that sound? What does that manifest, right? So we instantly feel that there is a need to be friends with people, right? People equals friendship, right? Or when you look at people, when you think about people, you should approach them with friendship. So that's like it's like a meaning that you can create. And this is a dharmic formula for yourself. You create it as per your own dharma, right? Now I'm going to just explain one example, okay, how this is related to my own dharma, okay, how I create myself, okay. So this is a very simple thing. I like to party while work and work while party. That is me. That is Rishi Narasimha, period. Okay. So how do I express that? In terms of dharmic formulas, basically you say work equals to party. Now you see what I'm saying? Your work and party is mixed. Your work is in party, party is in work, right? Now that communicates a whole bunch of things, right? So that's what I manifest, right? And then that's how I communicate very easily. People can see it and say understood very easily, right? Now let me reverse that. Party equals work. Now this I think is even more powerful. While you're partying, you're not forgetting the work. You're still doing the work. Your work is your main thing that you're doing. That's what keeps you powerful. Okay, right? Work is worship. All right. So now somebody may ask, hey man, this is all right, it makes sense to you, but I don't understand. How do you really understand? How do you mix party and work? Have you ever tried yourself? You get distracted with all the people around you. You get distracted with people talking to you, disturbing you. You're getting attracted to this and that while you're in party. How can you work? You need a computer. You need to focus. You need attention. You need to like environment, to study, to absorb things, and analyze things, So how can you make some people be conflicting? So my answer to that is very simple, and this is how I live right now, and that is body equals to pleasure and mind equals to work. This is a test for you who's listening to this. Body equals to pleasure. What kind of thoughts you get instantly, right? What does it? It makes sense now, guys. This thing that I created as Rishi Narasimha in a modern day Rishi. So what does it mean? It makes sense, right? I am keeping my body in pleasure mode. While body is in pleasure, your mind equals to work. Mind is in work all the time. It's focused on work. Its attention is fully there. It cannot miss out work. So it will create, physically it will create, structures to make sure the work is not being missed. You see what I'm saying? So body is for pleasure. Body equals to pleasure. Mind equals to work. This is how I mix pleasure and, work together. So I am partying while working and working while partying, So that's what I want to communicate. So from a dharmic perspective, that's my dharma. That's how I want to live my life. That's my formula I use to be empowered, to be an empowered worker, sustained worker, somebody who's stable, who has created stability. This is my system that works for me. I want to be like this, So this is the perfection that I have created for myself. Okay. So with that formula, I've created it, Work equals to party, party equals to work. Now elaborate it. Body equals to pleasure, mind equals to work. Boom. Everything is communicated like a knowledge, energy passing and hitting their brains, enlightening their hearts, body, mind, everything at once at the same time. This is magic happening right now, right here. Okay, Sanatana Dharma has the power to make magic, right? And so that's what I'm saying. It has the power to communicate like that. So let's see what happens, So like that, I've created 50 of them for the whole company, and primary ones are this. You guys will get them, okay? Sanatana Dharma equals abundance. Brahman, this is the second one. Brahman equals Sanatana Dharma. Number 3. Split test equals new knowledge. Number 4. Split test equals to verify old knowledge.